It's so funny. Okay, now we're live.
Here we are.
Here we are. All right, my name's Ayanna. Hi, everybody. If you are tuning in, welcome to the Unfuck Your Stuck podcast. And yeah, there isn't a lot of structure to this because I'm not structured. And I swear a lot. And yeah, this is what you get. So I have Amber Mace, who's been my friend for, you said 30 years the other day. Is that true?
Yes, that's true about that. Yep. That's crazy.
That's insane. Like, who has friends for that long? I don't know. So I met you when I was 25, right? 28. 28, I think.
Yeah, maybe a little later. Okay, so maybe 25 years. Yeah. Or so.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't really. Okay. Anyway.
We're not doing math today.
So are you. No, I was like, no. Okay. So Amber is my great friend. And two things popped in my head when I was like meditating, because I try to meditate every day, to try to call in what it is that I need to be witness to, attend to, whatever it is I'm doing that day. And two things popped into me about you. One was, we used to do like speaking gigs with Yumi and Jaya about like biracial stuff, identity stuff. And then, because I was thinking about one of the questions I wanted to ask later on was like, what brings you joy? And then so to me, I was like, what brings me joy? And then one of the things was singing. And I was like, oh my God, Amber has this fucking awesome voice.
Takes one to know one.
Vibration. I know. But I know, like, it's like so great. Like that. So then that made me think of like vibration and harmony. And anyway, okay. So that was my little introduction to you. But before we go on, two things. One, I want to just get us in our bodies. So maybe just close our eyes and drop the shoulders. Those of us who are watching or watching the recording, just take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just maybe notice what you are carrying today. What might be on the heart, what might be present, what you might need to be witness to or the observer of. And then just let breath in the body in any way that feels good. And then when you're ready, you can kind of open your eyes or move your head around. My neck just popped. Whatever you got to. Nice. All right, so now we located the body. Let's just locate ourselves in time and space. So I am in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and my name is Ayanna Freedom. And I go by she, her, we. So that Nikki Myers said that once. Do you know who Nikki Myers is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she, I don't know where we were. It was years ago. And I was just like, that is one way to identify collectively that I am not separate from anyone else. Love. That I am one individual, but I don't, the way that I move about the world is with us. It's not separate. And so if I bring it into my identity, it just reminds me to be present with that every day. And then I think similarly, I identify as biracial. So mom was Black, dad white, French, Portuguese, I believe, and a whole host of other things in there. There's Asian in there. There's, I'm a collective of things. Yeah, on native land, How do you want to locate yourself?
I love this, first of all. I knew this is what I was signing up for, to be with Ayanna. Makes me so happy. So I identify also as mixed race. My dad is Black. My mom was from Greece originally, white woman from Greece, came here when she was 19, so had the immigrant experience. I am currently in Novato, California, on the unceded lands of the Miwok. And I can say there are so many other things I can say to ground myself. I go by she, her. I love the we. I
Mm.
really appreciate that. I'm gonna sit with that one.
Mm-hmm.
um, and I will say the other thing that's just coming up for me right now, we were talking about this before we got on, is just I am a perimenopausal woman, and there's all kinds of stuff that comes with that.
I was like, let's just fucking talk about menopause and perimenopause.
Let's just talk about it all.
Fuck white supremacy.
Exactly. Well, it's all connected though, isn't it?
I know. I was like, wait, but it is all connected.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's okay. No, I'm good. I'm complete.
Okay. All right. So perimenopause, we want to touch on that. And the other thing, just in our locations of time and space, is that you also started a group that helps me greatly. And you want to talk about that a little bit?
The group, oh, the confident women leaders, that one, or
No, the
which one?
mom one.
Oh yes, there have been some groups that I've started.
I just joined the leadership one like the other day.
Okay, great.
Trying to do my research and prepare. Okay, like the ADHD, all I could do was like get to the group. I didn't do anything
I
else.
appreciate it. I do. I see myself in that. Okay, so yes. So when my mother died, which was coming on 15 years, actually in 4 days. Wow. Uh, I was devastated. She was my person, and so it was a real emotional time for me. And at the time, I found other friends who were going through that or had been through it, and decided Facebook was pretty kind of new at that time, but I've realized there were secret groups, that we could be together. So I created a group for people who had lost their moms, and had my friends join. And I don't even know, the numbers just grew over the years. So everyone invites folks when it's a club that people don't want to be a part of, but once you're there, we're very supportive and loving, and people post and people just witness and hold each other. So yeah, so we've been in that group together for some time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those groups where it's like, I haven't checked that in like 5 years, but then I'll go post something just because I'm like struggling. So I'm like, where can I put this? That like, I don't want to call somebody. I just need someone that understands what this moment feels like, or might feel like, or has been through this. And so just post something, and you get just the responses that you're like, oh, that's what I needed to hear.
Absolutely. That's it.
Like, it's the best. It's the best. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of social media for lots of reasons, but then there are these moments that come out of it that like us doing this, or that group that has just gotten me through the past, and however 12, 15 years of my mom being, yeah. So like,
and talk about diversity. It's like everybody has a different relationship with their mother, right? So it's a very inclusive environment. It's not like everyone's like, oh, I had the perfect mother, and it's like, no, it's so layered, it's so complex, and we all go through this experience when they die, right? Like so I love the unity and also the differentiation, right? To hold all of that. Yeah.
I know it is complex, and I always say people like, I'm closer to my mother now as she's an ancestor than I was when she was in a human form body.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. Then I talk to her, and it's like, and she has responses that actually make sense. She's healthy as an ancestor.
Yes.
She's not a drug addict, this alcoholic. Like,
absolutely.
She doesn't abandon me. Actually, just show up, and she's right there. Like,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Take off that human suit, right? Know, like, all the stuff.
All the stuff underneath is actually what matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to know about you and what you do in your career. We can get into the other stuff. I mean, I love you as a person and a human, but I really want to hear more about what you do as far as career-wise. I know you help women. I know it's around confidence. I feel like you did some other stuff before you landed on the confidence thing, but You walk me through that.
I will. I will. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you for asking. Confidence is a part of it. So for 25 years, I actually was a DEI consultant. So,
Mhm.
many people know now that that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's been very public with a lot of backlash these days. And so for me, what that meant is I worked with organizations across the world to work with leaders in the organizations to create cultures that were as inclusive, as equitable as possible, to
Mhm.
work against biased systems and oppressive dynamics, to level playing fields, all of that stuff. So I was traveling a lot. I was doing workshops all over the place, walking into boardrooms, trying to help people get a clue, all that stuff. And then I got very burnt out. And when
Mm.
COVID hit, it was horrible for so many reasons. And it also gave me a pause to say, okay, what do I need to do so that I'm not abandoning myself? I know you talk a lot
Mm.
about this, right?
Mhm.
I got to take care of myself as I'm doing what I'm here to do, right? So I realized at that time that what lit me up the most was working with leaders who are marginalized identity groups.
Mm.
Many of them women, not all women, but I was really wanting to kind of focus on helping them really heal themselves from within. So all the biased stuff that we swim in, I don't care,
Mm.
you could believe in yourself, but all that stuff seeps in somewhere, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so how do we do our inner work so that we're coming home to ourselves, we're really coming
Mhm.
home to our wholeness and our radiance, so that we lead from that place. And that's what I do now. So I do a lot of one-on-one coaching. Some of it's about confidence, although it's really never about confidence. It's always something underneath. It's our
Mhm. Mhm.
relationship with ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And I do some group work as well. So that's the Confident Women Leaders. I have
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, that's
that's
what I
what's on
thought.
Facebook now. It's a free
Okay.
Facebook group
Yeah.
for women leaders who want to just show up and do what you were saying. Happens
Yeah.
in the women who have lost their moms group. Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just breathing. Just breathing.
It's a lot. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not bad a lot. It's just so do you integrate the DEI stuff with the stuff you do now? Because all that stuff you did, not that it's not the work that you do now is powerful, but I know the work that you did before as far as like I'm very familiar with the DEI and all that kind of stuff. And it's what sucks now with the world the way that it is that you can't even say DEI without somebody smacking you in the face physically or not physically or like
Mhm.
just it's not even allowed to have space in the world anymore.
Yeah. It's been weaponized.
But right, exactly,
Yeah.
which is silly because people don't even know what it is, right?
No,
Right. If they did, they would understand, even if they are white supremacist bodies, right? People of privilege, we call them. They would understand that the healthiness of organizations is from the integration of DEI,
100%.
right? But like because they get so stuck in their white supremacy, compartmentalized, hanging on of their identity, or a threat or fear of losing it, they're like, no, not that.
Yes.
That you like my
Yes.
white man voice. That's my white man voice.
Let's do that. Let's do our white men voices.
No, not that.
Oh, not
Um,
that.
um, yeah, like if people knew
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
how powerful that could be. Um, but I'm interested either in like the work that you do now or the work that you did then, because this is what I wrestle with all the time. Like I just started a new program called the Embodiment of Liberation Therapy, and that's I think almost the same thing that you're doing around helping people unlearn the systems that cause them harm, so
100%.
that it causes them harm in a way of suicide, you know, mental health issues, physical issues from stress. Like, but if they're seeking a therapist, I've kind of flipped that on its head of like, I'm not going to address the actual symptom of what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to address the system that's causing that. And we're
Absolutely.
going to unlearn that in your body through like movement and mindfulness. So it's almost the same thing, probably just different tools.
That's exactly
Um,
right. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when I worked, so I've worked like in tons of organizations, and like now that I'm the age that I am, right? I just cannot physically be in another organization because of the capitalist systems that it's a part of.
Mhm.
That seeps in my body. I'm such an energy person before I can even, right? Like
Yeah, you're singing my song.
exist. So I'm like, okay, no, I can't do that. I need my own environment.
Yep. Yep.
How is it that I would love to know how you help people understand the systems and then still build the confidence internally when the systems are still so harmful?
Yeah, it's such a brilliant question. So I do want to say one thing, which is that the systemic work still needs to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not an either or for me. For
Sure, sure.
me, it's like I pass the baton to people who are doing that work, and I'm working side by side with
Gotcha.
leaders.
Yep.
So it's a both and, right? Which
Yep, yep,
is,
yep.
I find myself saying that all the time. It's not either or, it's both and. And what you're naming is, even with the joke about the white man voice, um, the system, people who are not marginalized by a system have a really hard time seeing it, right? Have a really hard time experiencing it. So
Mm-hmm.
in organizations that you have this whole swath of people who are of privilege, who think that the playing field has been level, and that
Mm,
DEI is coming in and stacking things against them,
right,
right?
exactly. Yep.
Like before we were all like this, well, now how come like there's groups for other people and there's not for me, versus seeing like, well, you had all the groups, right? Like that, like
You are the group.
in fact, look at your boardroom. That's you, right? Like you
Look
are
at
the
the TV. That's also you.
100%, right? So, and from like, I try to get into people's shoes all the time. That's like, the empathy is important to do this work. And I could see how people can feel that way when they really don't see it. And so the work of DEI is not to stack things against people. It's actually to level the playing field, right? It's actually to, as much as possible, bring equity, bring inclusion into a space that has, into a country even that's been built on people's
Mm-hmm.
backs, that's been built, with oppressive dynamics. So I just remember, actually, I'll just say this quickly. I remember the moment I realized that people had not been taught anything about history other than a whitewashed history, because in my high
Right.
school we were taught that. Like it was
Mm.
like I knew all about Black history. I knew all about, history of other cultures. I knew about the founding of this country and how it happened and people being enslaved. And, it's like, but a lot of people had no clue. And that was such an awakening for me. So I was like, all right, I gotta learn what they, where they were, right? So that I could really meet them where they were. So to answer your question, all of that context goes into my coaching. So when, let's say, a Black woman comes to me for leadership coaching and she says, I've been sent to coaching because I've been told that I am rude, I'm too aggressive, all these things that showed up in her last 360 report, where people were interviewed and said, well, here's all my feedback about you. If she goes to a coach that has not been educated in systemic dynamics, then they're going to be like, well, yeah, let's work on that. You got to change this thing. The first thing I do is say, let's bring in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at identity. Who are these people
Yep.
that are giving you feedback? Feedback is
Right. Right.
biased, right? I'm not
Totally.
letting that person off the hook. There's work to do, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
look at the work that needs to be done and not look at it through the lens of a white supremacy culture that tells you you're angry when you're direct, but the white woman next to you is being assertive, right?
Right.
Like
Right. Right. Right.
that's the biased lens. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what I bring to my work, is that I work with people of all backgrounds, but I
Sure.
want to look at you as an individual within the system so that you're
Mm-hmm.
getting accurate as much as possible
Yeah.
feedback, right?
Yeah.
Because feedback
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
truth. It's perspective.
It's perspective. Right. 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 God, the word perspective. Think about how many perspectives there are in the world right now.
So many.
And think about how, like, when you were saying both and,
Yeah.
like, think about how many people are thinking about right, wrong.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And how many people are thinking good, bad?
Absolutely. Yep.
Like, it's almost like we've gone back to this whole, like, like I always tell people, like, you think about America, because, sometimes on Facebook, I'm pretty out there, and some white people have reactions, and they're always like, it's always about race with you. I get that all the time. And this, why can't you, blah, 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 right? And I'm just like, or some people will ask me directly, like, do you hate white people? Like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I say? Some of my best friends are white.
I was just going to say that. Yes.
I have a best friend that's white.
I do have one.
Oh my God, Emily and Christy, they're both white. Anyway.
Yes. Well, I'm married to one.
I was married to one.
Right.
I was married twice. So there we go. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we could get a whole thing on dating. That will go for like hours. But but the people that the what I was going to say around America and all that before I got into my white people best friend thing was like when you're born into America particularly, and obviously this shows up in other countries different ways. I only know so we're mostly where I'm located, but like what you see and what you are taught is the American way, right? So you're not taught all the history stuff that you're saying you were. And even if you, before you got to high school, you had to sort of have some kind of context to be able to take that in.
Yeah.
Right. Or some kind of backing at home to be able to have those conversations, some kind of understanding. Otherwise, you're inundated with that information.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love when Ibram Kendi says, like, you're rained on, right? You're swimming in the bias. When you are born, you're born into this shit storm.
Literally.
And like what DEI or all these other people like you and me that are doing this kind of work is like we hold an umbrella over your head.
That's right.
To stop the fucking rain.
Yes. I love that.
And instead of saying, fuck you, just say thank you. Right? Like that's all the work that we're doing. It's just holding an umbrella to be able to have more communal ways of being in the world. Absolutely. That's really it.
Absolutely. And that is the part that I work with folks on is what is your agency? Because the system will convince you have no choice.
Right.
And just even seeing that we have choices is revolutionary. It's like, wait a minute, I don't have to buy into that shit,
Right.
Like, oh, okay. And the truth is we all are swimming in water that is infested with all of this stuff, right? So to the self-compassion that we have to have when we realize we have internalized these lies is really important. It's like critical. I know you believe this, I believe this. That's the place to start, right? You often get like we're talking about white folks. And we're talking about this. I just want to be really explicit about it. We're not talking about individuals. That's why we can say like we have white friends that we love, right? We're talking about the system and what the system does and how it socializes us, right?
Yeah.
So those two things are happening at the same time. And we always get, you get this often, I know, and I do too, white folks saying, well, what do we do about it, right? Because, I get it. It's like, well, okay, we could sit here and complain. And part of it is seeing the system, right? And so if it's invisible to folks because they have privilege, and that's part of what privilege does, it's very seductive.
Yeah, that's a good word. The seductive.
Seductive.
Very seductive.
Yeah, it just pulls you in. It tells you this isn't happening. It tells you that you did all of this by yourself without,
oh my gosh, your bootstraps.
Right? Like you pulled yourself up, you did the thing. Meanwhile, right? Like, so this is where I start with folks is the best way to start seeing systems is to track patterns. And because the part of white supremacy that will keep you in that illusion is that we're all individuals, right? Like it's the myth of individualism. You did it because you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. So I'm not just saying like track patterns of like, I don't know, whatever, what you like to eat. I'm saying look at patterns in your organizations, in your culture and society, social media, about how people are treated by identity. Okay, so that means when, who gets interrupted, who gets opportunities, who gets called aggressive or angry, who gets called assertive, right? Yes, I'm not 100% sure. Yes, but you really got to be honest with yourself and as objective as possible in looking at patterns, because if you don't, then you're just never going to see it. Right. And the other thing is to get uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Right.
Right. And I'm talking about uncomfortable. I'm not talking about this word safety. I just have to name because it really triggers me in ways I got to kind of come back to myself. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Because most people, when they're talking about safety, most people in a lot of dominant groups who have a lot of privilege, when they're talking about safety, they're talking about comfort, right? Like
totally
talking about, I went on a boat with my friends and I arrived safely back. I didn't get killed, right? Like that's
right.
Safety.
Speaking of.
Oh, just randomly, right? I mean, we're getting real, right? And I like again. Nobody was on that boat, right?
Nobody fucking knows.
We know what happens at pattern
like if you're
level.
Saying patterns, that's a great way to name that. And history.
Yes.
That's a great. Well, you can just look back.
Just look at it. And I know it's hard. I know it's uncomfortable. You will be uncomfortable. And that's necessary because if you don't have the discomfort, you're not going to make any change. Why would you ever? Right. So that's the other thing is that I work with white folks on is like, it's not the performative stuff. I had posted on Facebook today that I gave to this charity. It's like being in the trenches. And when you see things other white folks are doing, interrupt them. When you are in a position to educate, do that. If you really don't know, make mistakes and learn,
Right. And then get the feedback.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
and take care of yourself. Yeah.
Right. And the word feedback, I don't love that too, but it doesn't even mean like take the feedback. It's more just about listen to the communities.
Exactly.
So it's not like I share all the time what it's like to be a mom of a dark Black kid and how scary that is. And people can hear it when I share from my voice. But if I were to ever flip that around and you somehow identify what they're not doing in the world, right? They can't hear that. This is fucking wild to me. I mean, it's human, but it's just like, And the two stuff you said about like safety is so critical because, well, first of all, it made me think of like the boat situation in which, whose child comes home safe. Like the white parents worried about their kids coming home safe every day. Like I don't sleep lots of nights just because it can keep me up. But like, she's a teenager. She's 14 now. She's very dark. She's on the Cape. Like, she is naive in the way that she is a beautiful, beautiful child with a lot of hope, but naive to the harm of the world. And she's getting it now because I'm feeding it to her piece by piece. But I don't want to break her spirit because she's so joyful and just, I don't want to break her heart. So I'm just trying to just educate in a way that doesn't, tear her down all the way, but in a way that she can still protect herself. But because she's just naive and thinks everyone's wonderful and loves everyone, just like my kid's gonna get, she can't always see that in white people.
That's another both and.
Yes, right? Like
let her be joyous, have her, innocence, her life, her, and also educate her to the reality. It's like, So what you just said, and I know we're getting close to the end here. That piece, I think that even before tracking systems, it's like if you are in a group that has levels of privilege, assume you don't know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And listen to people who do know, who have the lived experience. And you don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you have one friend from that identity. You don't know even if you have one child from that identity.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, experience and lived experience that we need to believe people, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we need to
Right.
assume we don't know, right? Not I
Mm-hmm.
know, don't come from
Right.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Safety also around like because our work sort of mirrors each other. Like when I do groups
Mhm.
with yoga teachers around like embodiment of equity, because there's so many white fucking yoga teachers. I don't know how they're right. But so I need to educate them on how is it you hold space for black and brown bodies.
Yes.
And they're like, well, we got to create safe spaces. I'm like, there's no fucking safe space.
Yeah.
What is that? What
What
does
is
that
that?
look like?
Yeah.
Right? Because white people can be comfortable in the world. People of color cannot.
That's Thank
So
you.
it's like,
Thank you.
if that's true, if that's the truth that we're working with,
Mhm.
how then do you create spaces within yoga rooms when you're asking someone to be vulnerable with their breath and their body
Mhm.
when it's not they're not white, right?
Absolutely.
So anyway, the
Absolutely.
safety thing made me think of that. And then the other thing was like take care of yourself, and then the whole thing around individualism and self care. Stop getting your nails done. Like self care. Self care is about embodiment.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly it.
It's
Yes.
about
Yes.
community. It's about
It's
being with
about
your
community.
people. It's about
Yes.
ancestors.
Right.
Stop getting your nails done. Somebody's singing like
No more
hashtag
massages.
self care, nails did. Like, yes, that's like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think this is also what you're bringing up for me too, is that where I start is the safety within, right?
Sure.
Like,
Oh yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes.
Like this is where I'm building, like I'm coming home to this place. And
Yes, yes, yes.
if I'm filled with all this stuff as like self-hatred and abandonment and I'm not good enough and all, then this isn't home, right? And then I'm
Totally.
just
Yes.
constantly outside of myself. So again, both and, right? Like don't stop with
Right.
the individual. It's
Right.
about being able to connect with the community and the collective,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah.
we could have a metaphysical conversation about how those things are
Mhm.
connected and
Mhm.
are the same at some level. But start here, it's
Mhm.
I'm working with people's relationships with themselves first,
Totally.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. And like you
Yeah.
said, it's not about getting you can get your nails done.
I mean, you can get your nails
I'll
done. I didn't mean
come.
to be so
Wait,
aggressive
no,
about it.
I know what you mean. Oh, make everyone, yeah. We get your
I
point.
mean, you can take a bath and have candles and do a little
Do
picture,
it.
hashtag self care. That's all great. But also, like, just go be with your people.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
it's just funny about the self care thing because I'm like, okay, capitalism now figured out a way for like that to be individualized,
Mhm,
self
mhm.
care
That's
even.
right.
So
Absolutely.
it's like, what?
Yeah.
That was a fancy way of getting that way, because then they're getting their nails done and they're getting massages that probably that people can't fucking afford.
This
I
is
mean, not right
Thank
now
you.
anyway, because you can't afford a banana.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god, now I'm going
Yeah.
crazy. All right,
Yeah.
I want to ask one more question, but then
Please.
I had a thought about. Oh, this came to me when you said coming home. So that's the work that I do in the embodiment liberation therapy is all about coming home to yourself. Like it's the pathway to coming home.
Mhm.
But the coming home and coming home, and I've learned all this through my yoga nidra training, which is sort of like the sleep of yoga, and it's just
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mhm.
Um, and they always ask questions, or I invite people to ask questions to themselves of like, who would you be without something, right?
Mhm.
So what I have like stickies all over my office is like, who would you be without white supremacy and racism? How would you show up in the world? What would that look like, right? Can we get in that space, right? And it's not that that doesn't exist. Doesn't mean we don't have to protect ourselves,
Mhm.
but that can be true for us because our internal self is that.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
anyway,
Yes.
but the last question I want to end on is like, what brings you joy in the world, and what brings you hope, and what brings you hope right now in this really stressful time of I don't even know how to name this time.
Yes, I
I don't even know
know.
that I want to. Other than it's hard. It's just you know, we were talking before about like just economically things being so expensive, gas, food, that like
It's a
where
mess.
it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, and just
Yeah.
racism again being so blatant and so scary.
Yes. Yes.
And
And so
in
many
women's
rights,
rights, and you know, obviously like gay
trans
rights,
rights
and
and
right,
gay rights
queer
and
rights, all of it
immigrant,
is,
all of
oh
it.
my god, and we didn't even get
We
into
didn't
the
even touch
immigrant
on that.
thing, but
I know.
oh my god, like
Yeah.
you know, just every facet of humans, I feel like, are being stripped away of any rights or any
Yeah.
safety's not even on the table. It's not even fucking on the
No,
table.
no. No, it's not.
So,
It's not.
yeah.
Not
How do
in
you
the
find joy
ways.
within all that?
Oh, yeah. That little thing. But it's so important, right? Because if we don't, then we can't be a part of any kind of solution
Right.
if we
Totally.
don't take care of ourselves. And so there's two ways that come up. One is we talked about singing
Mm-hmm.
before. I have come back to singing, so I've been
Oh,
singing and
good.
learning guitar. So I've been
Oh, yes. I want to do
it's
that too.
it's humbling, let me tell you.
It hurts my fingers. It kills
It,
my
it will stop
fingers.
hurting your fingers if you keep at it. You get
Oh,
calluses.
all right.
But yeah, it's a little hurdle. But I have been loving that. So when everything gets to be too much, I just go and I play and I sing, and not for anybody, really, for me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I do some open mics, but it's honestly like my favorite thing is just being with myself and the music.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, I didn't mention this. I co own, and I just wrote a book with that's in manuscript form with my colleague Sukari Pinnock Fitz, and we train people under the label of fifth domain coaching. We train coaches to be able to coach effectively across differences.
Oh, cool. Very
So,
cool.
like you're talking about, how do you teach yoga teachers who are white women who
Yeah.
have a level of privilege? We're often working, interestingly, most coaches are white women, right?
Yeah.
Like, so,
Right.
but not all, but we're
Yeah.
we're teaching people who haven't been trained how to coach when someone is different from you by
Mm-hmm.
any one of the major identities, where you're not denying or erasing their identity because you just don't know how to have that conversation.
Right.
You get yourself all clutched up. She's going to talk about race, and I don't know how to do that. Or she's going to talk about her immigrant experience. I don't have any,
Right.
experience
Right.
there.
Or queer
Or
identity.
queer identity, or, class, or any of the things, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is lighting me up, because I'm seeing how many people are actually interested in doing the work.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that gives me hope. That's that's the part
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
hopeful about. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. Singing. I'm in Rock Voices, which is just you probably have it out there.
Well, someone just told me about it, so I gotta
I
look
was
this up.
like it's
Yeah.
huge. So you
Yes.
should join it,
Yes.
Amber. What's so cool is that this is like the level of vibration that like it's so awesome, is that it's huge, it's everywhere, it's California, it's like everywhere, but we learn the same music at the same time.
Mm,
So that I was in the Cape Cod one, now I'm in Weymouth, South Shore, and so you can learn the same music at the same time, and then they do concerts all over the place.
oh, that's
And
amazing.
so, but you can bounce around to the different ones, so you
That's
can go sing in any of the other concerts because you all learn the same music.
that's
So what's amazing to me is that at any given time in the day world, there are people that are part of Rock Voices that are all singing the same music.
that's
And
beautiful.
to me, that's like love,
That is
right?
love.
Like if you were to describe love, if I were to describe,
Mhm,
that's like
mhm,
that's how it just vibrates, right?
mhm.
Like,
It's the
oh, so good.
collective.
It's the collective,
Absolutely.
yeah. And
Yeah.
what's so cool about Rock Voices is you don't audition.
Mm, mm.
You so like the people in there are the gamuts, like, but you get people that are very well, really
Yes.
good, probably professional singers that just love being a part of a community and don't want to do this formal performance kind of
Love.
type of audition thing. And then you get people that have never used their voice ever before.
Mm,
And you get the gamut of that. And then you get the gamut of people because there is no barrier to entry.
mm,
It's
mm.
just, I mean, there, and there is some fee involved, but there's scholarships. There's ways to do that. So
Beautiful.
join Rock Voices.
I will. Will you say it again for me? Is it raw voices or what is
Rock, like rock
That's
and
what I thought. That's
roll.
what I thought. And then I thought I heard raw, and I was like, I hadn't heard that one, but I'm gonna look it up too.
Oh no, yeah, like rock and roll, Rock Voices.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Good.
Rockvoices.com. It's super easy.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's so cool. So yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we'll just end there because yeah, why not? It was a pleasure being in space with you.
Oh, I love this. I knew I was gonna love it. I wish we could squish all the states in the middle together for a day so I could just see you come to one of your classes.
I know.
Opposite coasts. Yeah.
I know. We're like so far apart.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No,
we'll,
this is wonderful.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything you want to say? Any final words or anything?
I just think it's so great to end on that note about love.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's it. You know, it still exists. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not there, you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining the Unfuck Your Stuck podcast. And be well.
Take care.